makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins Tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate with your host, El Capitan. Pre-draft eve, right? I mean, this time tomorrow we'll be live, calling the draft, going pick by pick, analyzing what teams will do. As a lot of surprises, I mean, it's a weird draft, right? Like, typically you have this overwhelming focus on quarterbacks and where they'll go, and because a lot of teams need quarterbacks, in the first like 12 picks there could be 3 or 4. Right now maybe only 1. A lot of these teams could shock everybody and not take quarterback up there, like the Giants or the Saints. And then these teams could say to themselves they could find higher value in picks. And then they go, okay. Because, Cam Ward obviously going number 1. A lot of talk as if Shedeur Sanders number 2 in the quarterback. But taking him 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, wherever in the draft, some teams don't want to take a quarterback and have someone higher on their board, and B, don't want to trade out of the pick too far back to get a player that they want. Just a lot, right? There's also discussion with, rumors coming around that the Browns have the pick for sale. Then also the Browns definitely have, their pick is in for Hunter Henry. I mean, it's just a weird draft, right? And I think the best way all the teams that are playing, there's some deep parts of this draft. The running back room is deep. The defensive tackle room has, quite a bit of players where there's going to be some good value in the 2nd and 3rd round, mainly. Maybe some people fall to the 4th. But if you're picking in this year's draft, I think you're saying to yourself, you know what? If by somehow I can get 3 or 4 starters, I'm doing it right. Especially for the Dolphins right now, with us needing so much. So hit the like button on your way in. Share the show if you guys can. If you're watching on X or anywhere else, come over here to YouTube. Get in on the conversation. I see a couple of the homies are in here, Scott and Michael K. in here already, and I got Tonk in the back with me. Come on up here, Tonk. What's going on, Tonk?
Yo.
What's good, man?
Happy Wednesday.
It's not Wednesday. Oh wait, it is Wednesday. Holy
it is
cow!
Wednesday.
Goodness gracious, I don't even know what day it is. And tomorrow's Thursday.
You're just excited for tomorrow is why. It's like December 24th right now. It's like it's not Christmas. True. What are you talking about?
It is because we haven't had like a good football
day. Yeah.
Football. We haven't had football.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have some good football in our lives. Even though again, it's just such a strange draft, right? Like Cam Ward's number one quarterback coming out, and he's the least talked about number one overall pick quarterback going into the draft I've ever seen. If this was, I mean, it's just weird, right? Like top quarterback, just, he's going to go number one. It's over. Nobody just wants to talk about him. It's just a strange thing. There's more talk about Shedeur Sanders and whether or not he'll go 3 to the Giants or slide, or I mean, it's just the whole thing. It's just weird. What's up, Cap? Salute. Hit the like button.
So the Titans have the number one pick.
Yes. Titans seem to be slated as, hey, we're taking Cam Ward, and that's the end of it. Oddly enough, right? I had an early on that the Titans were not gonna take Cam Ward. And I said this way back when in like March. I was like, you know what? Titans gonna take, I don't know, right? They take
So
Abdul
do
Carter.
you have a list of like what is the most common? Because I didn't save last night what we did, but y'all are reading from a list or something, aren't you?
No, I'm going off of memory right now because I've just been talking about. But
I was just
but
looking.
if you want, just look up top 2025 NFL draft prospects.
Okay.
And it'll give you a big myriad of names.
Oh, okay.
And it'll help you play along. So I had always kind of, I don't want to say predicted, but yeah, I predicted that the Titans in an obvious rebuild year after, what looks to be like a tear down kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, they're in a great position with the number one overall pick to take a guy like Cam Ward. I just don't know. I at the time when I made this take earlier, I was like, you know what? They pass up on Cam Ward and they take Abdul Carter, the defensive guy. And now here the Browns are on the clock with the number 2 overall pick with Cam Ward sitting there.
I don't know. I mean, how do you think? Do you mean to start Cam Ward as a rookie this coming season draft?
I mean, yeah. Listen, wherever Cam Ward goes, he's definitely going to be the starting.
Do you think he's going to perform well in the NFL that early?
Me personally, I think Cam Ward is highly underrated in that people are taking this kid extremely lightly. I think he is superbly talented. I think he's got the mentality. I think he's got the work ethic. I think he's always, and I mean always, been doubted his whole life. He was coming out of high school, a 0-star recruit. He wasn't even getting offers to play quarterback. He was getting offers to play like positions and stuff like that. He stuck with it, played at Washington, played well, came to Miami, played well for the Canes. And
he played at Washington?
Yes.
He played for the Huskies?
I mean, either Washington or Washington State. I'm blanking on it right now.
Oh, I think it was Washington State. Sorry. Yeah, but hold on a second. But do you think that, because I just don't have faith that, I just don't think it's a good practice to draft a rookie and start him. Or draft a quarterback and start. I just like how much does that really work in the NFL? It barely ever works.
He played for, no-name division Cardinals.
The past 2 seasons, the best rookies were the one that played for the Redskins and Texans. That was the past two best rookies.
Well, I'll tell you, look, 2 years ago, I told everybody that CJ Stroud was going to be the best quarterback taken in the draft, and I was right going to the Texans. And everybody who was talking about this quarterback and that quarterback, it was painfully people talking about Caleb Williams being the end all be all. I'm like, Caleb Williams is nothing compared to Jayden Daniels, nothing. And Jayden Daniels proved that with how much success he had with Washington. To me, I would say, if I'm looking at Cam Ward, I would say Cam Ward is closer to a Jayden Daniels than and above a CJ Stroud. That's what I believe he's going to be as an NFL player. I think he's better than CJ Stroud, and I think he's as good as Jayden Daniels. That's what I think. Now, that might be just a very bullish type of opinion, but that's what I seen. When I watched him play for the Canes, I've never seen somebody play quarterback the way this kid played for the Canes like that.
Yeah.
By a fucking the longest of miles you can imagine, the best quarterback ever fielded for the Canes.
I didn't really see any of his games.
I'm telling you, the way this dude would sit back in the pocket and just backstep with such complete poise. He looked like everyone else was moving. He looked like the world was moving in slow motion to him. Now, the NFL speed, he's not going to be able to do that. But the kid's really good. I mean, incredible, I think. And if you're going to ask a rookie to just pitch up hopes and prayers in a rookie season on a bad team like the Titans look to potentially be because they're in a rebuild year, that's it. You get a rookie on a rebuild team and you get a rookie quarterback and you do kind of like what the Patriots did with Drake May last year. You kind of just say, hey, here's a bad team. Here's my good quarterback. Let's see what happens to him in a obvious year where he doesn't have the weapons, doesn't have the O-line, doesn't new scheme, all these things. Let's see how he handles the NFL with all these things. And to me, Cam Ward is going to be just fine. And anyone who picks him is going to go, okay, let's build around this guy because he's got the shit to me. And that's why when I made this prediction that the Titans won't take him, because I don't think they're a year away. If they got Cam Ward and they're like, let's build around this guy, even if they did, I still think they're 2 or 3 years away from building a team around him to ever get the use out of him, right? In which case you kind of fall into where the Dolphins fell into, where by the time they've put all the tools around Tua, they also have to now pay Tua, and here we find ourselves falling. And if the Titans were to put that kind of into practice and be patient and go Abdul Carter, pass rusher instead of quarterback, then the Browns would sit there with Cam Ward as the pick, in which case the Browns would sell that pick. And to me, the Giants would jump up and take that pick. But that doesn't mean someone else couldn't say, I never thought Cam Ward would be available. The Browns are selling him. What could I buy him for?
I think it's going to be an interesting draft.
I think so too. I think the way in which it can become interesting is
I don't know. It feels like it's not so quarterback heavy.
It's not. It's really not. And
I think that's just, I don't know. It's just nicer to see.
I mean, I guess, and not really for the quarterback driven league, but it is nicer to see that what is probably going to be.
Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be quarterbacks though. So
I guess I've got some real, I don't know. I plan to, I said I'm not going to do any more mock drafts, but I lied. I'm going to do a mock draft. I don't care.
Run it. Try to see if you can get an A+.
Well, I'm actually going to do the first 2 rounds of everybody in the NFL. Because I'm going to go ahead and predict how I see the draft shaking out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. And hit the like button if you guys haven't. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pick for everybody right now. So let's start the draft. So to me, Titans are not going to mess this up. And they are going to go and take they're not going to trade the pick. They're going to take Cam Ward. So now the Browns are on the clock. Browns are not going to take a quarterback in Shedeur Sanders. They're not going to take Abdul Carter. I think the Browns go Travis Hunter right here. And they take Travis Hunter, Colorado cornerback / wide receiver. And that's exactly how they'll use him. Oddly enough, Travis Hunter going to the Browns is going to get exactly what Travis Hunter wants, to play both sides of the ball, because that team will do whatever he says because he'll be the superstar there. And to me, this is making the most sense for how it'll shake out personally. Now, here's where things get really, really interesting, Tom, at New York. So it's been already reported upon that New York is fielding offers for a team to come up and grab what would be if Shedeur Sanders at quarterback, right? That's who someone would come up, and anybody moving up in the first round, to me, is more likely going to come up for Shedeur for any type of significant jump, right? Let's see. The Saints want to move up with which would be the Saints coming up to New York for the third pick. Wow. Looks like the Saints would give up damn near everything to take the Saints would give up their entire draft for the third overall pick right now to the Giants, is what the simulator is saying. Let's see if they would give up 2 first rounders for it. I don't know. I mean, Abdul Carter's sitting there, but it's not really, I mean, to pass up on a talent like Abdul Carter, not a wise decision. They do need defensive linemen. They need cornerback, tackle. Could they go Will Campbell here from LSU, the top tackle, prospect? Could they go Membu from Missouri? Let's see what other trade offers they got. I don't think they'd want to move out of the top 10. So if they were to go with the Saints, I mean, the Saints are literally saying they would give damn near everything up to move up. I don't see the Saints making a move like this. I don't think the Giants would. The Giants would want more. So there's 2 first rounders and a second rounder. Giants would need a quarterback next year. They're moving to the 9th pick. That very well may put them into position to grab a quarterback. I don't think that's enough. Hmm. What's up, Shake?
What's good, homie?
I'm running it down here because I'm picking for everybody. I want to see how it shakes out. And I'm trying to be, legit with it. Right now, Cam Ward's off the board. Travis Hunter's off the board. Everyone else is still in play. Giants are on the clock. And I think the Giants still want to take Cam Ward, but if they trade out of this, or not Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, but if they trade out of this number 3 position, they got to envision that that's taking them. They don't want to take them at number 3. In which case they would field a trade coming up for a team that would take them. But what players is that going to cost them? I know it's going to cost them Abdul Carter. I know it's going to cost them Genty, probably McMillan, probably Mason Graham, and probably Will Campbell. They're going to now look at guys like Walter Nolan and Membu and, I don't know, guys like that. I'm just going to make the pick. They're going to take Abdul Carter. And that's going to put the Patriots on the board. I'm going to do this with no trades. That's how I'm going to do it for this one. Next one I'll trade around. So I say the Patriots. Now here's the question, right? Patriots could go weapon here and take the Arizona wide receiver McMillan. And it would be a smart play, but they also have that quarterback that, really doesn't have any protection. They have Stephon Diggs. It would be nice to take your quarterback and say, hey, here's another weapon. Plus, because you don't think, even though Stephon Diggs is, number 1 wide receiver on paper today, I'm going to do it. There you go, McMillan. Now the Jaguars. Interesting thing, right? Now that McMillan's off the board, I could see the Jaguars taking McMillan, but he's now off the board. Patriots took him. Jaguars need playmakers. They got a new head coach in town, right? He's got to get Trevor Lawrence looking right. What's going to help him get Trevor Lawrence looking right? That's a playmaker. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Ashton Genty here. That's who they're going to take. That leaves the Raiders on the clock. Raiders probably pissed that Genty's gone. They would have probably liked to take that. Definitely not happy that McMillan's gone. They're going to take, do they take Mason Graham? Yeah, they're going to take Mason Graham. They're going to take the guy that everybody wants off the board. Jets are on the clock. They're not going to go quarterback. They're not going to take Shedeur. Or maybe they do. Shedeur's still sitting up there. Jets are going to take Will Campbell. No, actually, they take Membu, which pisses me off, but that's what they'll do. Panthers are on the clock. I'm going to say the Panthers take Mike Green. Saints are on the clock. Saints pull the trigger, and they take Shedeur Sanders. Falls in their lap. They take Shedeur Sanders. The whatchamacallit, Bears are on. They needed a running back. Shedeur is gone. Or excuse me. Wonder if they take Hampton from North Carolina. I think it's a little rich of a pick right here, especially because I think they can get better production from one of the wide receivers or even one of the tight ends. You know what? That's what happens here. Tyler Warren comes off the board, and they take tight end. Interesting enough, San Francisco, they're going to take Will Campbell. They're going to lock that down. You know what? They like their edge rushers in Dallas. They're going to take the Boston College guy. Yeah, now the Dolphins are on the clock.
You know what's funny is my buddy that's man of the hour, he said, yeah, he needs they need help for Michael Parsons because it's easy to take him out. So if you add another pass rusher to take the pressure off of Michael Parsons, you know, maybe he could do some things.
Well, they just took the Boston College guy, Donovan, whatever the hell his name is. So now the Dolphins are on the clock. I would trade back here if I were the Dolphins, and Shedeur is still up there, and that's probably on the table if that goes. But the Dolphins sitting here looking at everybody that's left, and I think they're going to go corner now. Now that defensive tackle and like the top picks in tackle and defensive tackle. Let me see who's Kenneth Grant is still available, as well as Walter Nolan. But
are you doing everybody's pick? You doing a draft for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jadab Barron, I say the Dolphins go with. I think if the Colts are sitting here and this is how the board dropped to them, I think they're happy. They're going to take Loveland from Michigan. They're going to take the tight end. Falcons coming up. They're going to want to get some weaponry for the quarterback, maybe address linebacker. Maybe they All right. I'm just going to go ahead and they're going to take the first linebacker off the board. Let's see. Yeah, damn, this is hard here. This Cardinals pick. They take Will Johnson. Now comes the Bengals. They need defensive help badly over there. But I think the Bengals go ahead and pull the trigger on Walter Nolan. They get a fucking super value pick right here. Need interior offensive line help for Seattle. They take Josh Simmons over here. Tampa Bay needs defensive help badly. They get lucky, and Malachi Starks falls right in their lap. They figure it out later. Get more weapons for Bo Nix, Luther Burden, and look, here we go. Shedeur Sanders coming off the board. Oh, wait, he already did. My fault. Oh, no. What do the Steelers do now? Who took Shador? I don't even remember. Oh, that's right. The fucking Saints did. Look at that. I don't remember who I picked. All right, then. Well, here's an interesting thing. Do they go Jalen Walker, the linebacker? Or do they go running back because Najee Harris has been crying about wanting to get paid? You know what? That's exactly
Actually, you know what? Whatchamacallit, they reached for Kenny Pickett. So I listen, I want to be surprised if they get the quarterback from Ohio State.
No
He's
way.
reminiscent of Big Ben.
Yeah,
I think
but
that's the need.
that's more of something on the second round, third round they would go for, I think.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised when they identify who their franchise guy is, they go for it.
You get no pushback from me. Teams will take quarterbacks all over the world on some crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I say they go running back with the Najee Harris stuff and how they like to do things, and they hope that a quarterback's there for them in the second. On the clock, Chargers. I think they take Matthew Golden here as the wide receiver for them. Green Bay will take the Ohio State wide receiver. Kenneth Grant ends up with the Vikings. And now, for whatever reason, it's been, to me, Kelvin Banks Jr. has rise so high up in the draft. It's really kind of crazy to me. People are talking about the guy going inside the top 10, definitely top 15. I think he goes here at 25 to the Texans. Now, interesting spot right here for the Rams. They need cornerback help. They need linebacking help. I wonder, do they go Jalen Walker here, or do they take Greg Zabel? I'm going to say they take Zabel. And then James Pierce Jr. ends up right where he probably should be with the Ravens. That's a Ravens pick if I've ever seen one. Then Jalen Walker ends up with the friggin' Lions. Or does he? He does. Washington defense needs help. Do they go pass rusher or do they go corner? And if they go pass rusher or corner, who do they take? They go Benjamin Morrison or Trey Amos? I say they get out in front of it and they just take Stewart, the pass rusher. Bills are on the board. They need defensive help at all three levels. What do you think the Bills are prioritizing these days? Michael K., you're in Bills country. What do you think the Bills would want most? They want a corner, they want a linebacker, or they want an edge rusher? Michael K., I'll let you answer it, and then I'll pick it on that. Hit the like button, everybody. Super Bowl Nightmare says, that's definitely what they want. Michael K., you either hurry up and tell me what they want to pick, or I'm just going to pick.
Defensive lineman or a corner?
Oh, defensive lineman or a corner? Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna take Trey Amos. You guys are going corner. That's what you're getting. Offensive line and defensive line. They want to keep Patrick Mahomes upright. They're gonna take the Oregon tackle. And then the Super Bowl champs, they're going to go ahead and take the Texas A&M pass rusher here. Now the Browns back on the clock. They took Travis Hunter with their first pick. This pick, they're going to go ahead and grab Benjamin Morrison. Giants on the clock. Didn't end up picking the quarterback of the future. Went defensive line, edge rusher, pass rusher, whatever the hell you want to say. Yeah, I got to say. All right, fuck it. That's where they go. They go cornerback. Titans with their quarterback need some weapons for them. They're going to go the Stanford wide receiver. Jags, they took a running back. They need defense. They're going to take Lott here. Raiders on the clock. They took defensive line and Graham. They take Jaden Higgins, wide receiver, Ohio State here.
What up, Crypto? Link is in the chat, man. Group chat. Come on up here.
Yeah, Crypto. I put the link in the chat. Let's see. Patriots now on the clock. They went, where'd they go? They took the wide receiver. They took the weapon. So I'm thinking they're going to go O-line now. They're going to take Tyler Booker here, who honestly should have already been off the board at this point. Let's see. Bears on the clock. Bears took Tyler Warren. What's up, Crypto?
What's going on? Did we get the long snapper yet?
Not yet. Maybe later. Just going through the first 2 rounds, fucking off. I mean, it's pre-draft bullshit, right? I could come up here and we'll shoot the shit afterwards. I just wanted to run through the simulator a bit, see how close I get. Bears.
I was thinking, we got to get that clutch holder for Sanders.
Well, we know how important
this
is.
It. I'm forecasting an MVP season for Sanders.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the Bears are taking Xavier Watts here, so they take the safety.
On whose
help.
team, Crypto?
No, for us.
You think we're gonna draft Shiloh?
No. I thought you were talking about MVP. I was talking about the MVP.
You talking about Shedeur? No, you're not talking about Shedeur Sanders. He's talking about the kicker, Jason Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not Shedeur. No, he's not getting MVP. Our kicker, Jason Sanders, is getting it.
Mm.
He's gonna bang a couple of 60s, maybe even a 70 outer here and there.
Hey, listen, what he does with 60 and 70-year-olds is none of our business.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Shake. I don't really need to know all that.
Well, we already got Wilson on the team to teach him all of that. He's gonna have firsthand education with Wilson. So there you go.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, at least he's going to learn from the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
You're going to learn behind anyone, learn behind the greats.
Learn behind the greats.
That's all I could say.
Hey, Shake,
What's up?
did you book your hotels and stuff out here yet?
No, we're my wife is. I already got my approval. We're in the process of getting the plane tickets.
Oh, okay, yeah, because things like fill up in certain areas around that time of year.
Is it Delta or United?
I don't know. She's in charge of all that shit. I don't know.
That's exactly
Oh.
the answer you
No,
expect.
it's
That's
Delta.
fine. Fucking, I don't know none.
Yeah, they
I know
gonna
where-
do it.
I know she told me
She
I'm
take care of
going
all the flight
here.
arrangements.
That's what I
Yes.
know. She's gonna take care of the rest.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
That's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Because see, if something goes wrong, it's her fault, not mine.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure it'll be
hands
her fault,
off.
huh? Yeah.
It'll find a way to make it to your doorstep.
Yeah.
as
What the
far as
fuck
it-
you talking about?
It's gonna find a way to make it to you.
That's true.
Well, Jerry Jones can't help but take
Jerry.
weapons, but I'm not seeing a weapon he would take. He
Mm.
took the edge rusher, running backs. They took the edge rusher,
Jerry Jones.
running backs. Would he take
It's
a guy
active
like
again, huh?
Scatterboo? I don't know.
Jerry
They
Jones
need
not
it.
gonna be hands off.
No. When's he been hands off his whole fucking life?
Yeah.
That man's hands on so
Same.
much. He's got
Mhm.
fucking. You got to write checks.
he's got
He'd be
Yeah.
getting
he's got
touches.
he's got calluses. He's so
Yeah.
hands-on.
Yeah, he's so hands on. He got calluses.
Yeah.
Let's see.
he's like Michael K. Before he
Michael K
buys-
playing pocket pool. That's what he's like. Like Michael K. Michael K with candy in his pocket. Fucking creep.
Oh.
And he knows it too. He fucking knows it. Prick.
Yep. The worst part is it's he's looking at a picture of you in a Bill shirt.
On his screen. I know. Playing pocket pool. Fucking auto asphyxiation and shit. You already know. So they took linebacker in the first round. They got to go weapon here. They're going to go wide receiver, and they're going to take Jalen Royals. Falcons fucking this draft up for themselves. I don't know how they did it, but they did it.
Jalen
Dolphins on the
Royals.
clock. We took cornerback Barron from Texas, which case we're gonna need to
One
address the offensive line, or else people are gonna lose it. We got Donovan Jackson still available for
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
And for real.
and Miles Frazier. I'm gonna go Jackson. What, Michael K touching himself in chat?
No, because I said because he was saying that if he was me, he would have answered earlier and said goaltender instead of like a position. And I said, "You're just jealous of my A plus." And he said, "Oh, it obviously PFF grades on a curve." And I was saying to myself, the only curve is on your forehead.
Yeah, bitch.
I wish he grew up in Royal Forest in like the mid '90s.
He did. We used to
John,
call him
Royal
Tater.
Farms.
We used to call him Tater, and he had a dog in the back of his truck all day.
Hmm.
He used to fight chickens. He was the fucking chicken fighting guy.
And he never had a pair of shoes on.
No pair of shoes. He only had one pair of boots that were always
was like
muddy
a
in the back of
hobbit.
his truck. He looks like a hobbit that's 5'5". It's fucking weird.
He's like Yao Ming of Hobbit.
Yeah. Yeah, his palms are hairy.
That's because of Rosie Palmer and her 5 sisters.
Well, whatever.
Hmm.
You know it. Damn. Tell you what, everybody's drafting way better than the Dolphins right now. And I'm drafting it. I guess it's easy to draft when you have a team that you could see where these draft picks are going to work. The Dolphins, it's just like throwing. What did Green Bay take earlier? Dolphins don't, I mean, it feels like everybody's got more picks than us right now. But then again, I'm picking for everybody.
What do you mean by that? Picking for everybody?
I'm picking everybody's picks in the first 2 rounds.
Oh, for every team?
Yeah, for every team.
Oh, okay.
Bills are on the clock. Michael K. They took corner.
Okay.
So I guess we'll go edge rusher and see who's available. We got the Mississippi kid, the UCLA kid. Honestly, still some good picks here. I'm going to help you out, and you're going to take the Ole Miss kid. Who did the fucking Panthers took Mike Green, edge rusher, with their first pick? Okay, so I mean, they got to go weapons. Yeah, there you go. They're going to take Trey Harris.
What is Michael K fascinating about?
Oh, man, I don't even want to know. Kyle Williams goes. Little run on wide receivers right now. They took edge rusher. They're going to go DB, and they're going to take Revel here. Linebacker in the first round for the Lions. And they're going to go. Let's see what wide receivers are left. Xavier Restrepo. Nah, they wouldn't take him there, but nah. Damn. I'm going to have them taking Mason Taylor. Fuck it. They took the edge player. So let's go Scattaboo. Fuck it. Even though that's way too high, he would never be picked there. Oh, look, they're back again. Bills with their second pick. They've gone cornerback and edge rusher, both Ole Miss guys. Look at that. Didn't even mean to do that. It just kind of worked out that way. And they'd pull off the hat trick here. They're going to go wide receiver, and they're going to take Jalen Knoll. And here's a Xavier Restrepo going to the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're going to make him into a superstar. All right, there it is. Fucking tired now. All right. There's the round one. Fucking 4 Michigan guys taken in the first round. Winning. Having the most players taken in the first round. 2 Ohio State guys. 2 Texas A&M guys. 2 Ole Miss guys.
You know what's funny? Want to hear something funny? El Cap?
Please, I'm fucking exhausted now.
All right, check this out. So, remember a few years ago we went to a draft party with Batman. I co-hosted a draft party.
Oh yeah. I remember. Listen, this is a crazy draft story. Go ahead.
So now I don't feel bad that he didn't get paid because apparently, because I asked him to, he signed my autograph.
You didn't get paid. First of all, clarify.
Some Ahmed, he didn't get his money.
So okay, let's clarify. Shake's talking about a draft party day set up by Batman and Batman's associates. Batman, you can find him on X. He's not the Dark Knight, he's the Dark Shiesty.
Yes.
And Sylvan Ahmed for the Miami Dolphins. This is what, 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was a couple
years ago.
Mike McDaniel's first draft.
There you go. Mike McDaniel's first draft.
What did I miss? What happened with Mike?
Mike McDaniel's first draft. Sylvan Ahmed decides to take up Batman and his associates on an offer to come and spend a draft day with them. And Sylvan Ahmed ended up not getting paid. And Shake is looking.
Someone had to wash the dishes.
I found the autograph picture that I found, and I'm as I'm reading it closely is thank to Shank money.
Shank
money.
Shank like a
Shank
money.
Yeah. You got. So in other words, you shanked them out of their money.
Yeah, that's what you did. You shanked them. It does say shank money.
Right. You shanked them out their money.
Shank money.
Maybe he took thank and just put an S and was shank.
You guys shanked them out of their money. So he used your name as a play on words.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, shake out the money, shake out the money.
What's up, Greg? Hit the like button. Yeah, he got shanked out of his money. That's what happened. That's
I got shanked out of my autograph.
You got shanked out of your autograph. That's right.
Oh man, Mr. Ahmed.
So there's
between Shake, Dade, and Cap for Life, they were all doing dishes. They was busting suds.
Dade was there.
Yeah, and Cap for Life, and Lou was supposed to be there. Lou.
Wait a sec. Shake. Dade County was there.
Yeah, Dade was there.
Dade was there. You know what? I knew some shiesty shit was going down. Now Dade was there too. Now it all makes sense. Damn.
And we have photographic evidence that he was there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give me
You
1
mean
second.
Yeah,
Dade-
they were all there.
I'll give it to you right now. Hold on.
Dade was posing for pictures when he was there. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
Cap for Life. It was not Cap for Life and somebody else, right? And then Batman and Dravius was at the table. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they had
So
the
how
whole
did-
posse there.
So there was the guy David that was supposed to be the money bag behind it,
Yeah.
right? So what exactly happened? He just kind of slid out of there. How did the draft come to an end and there was no payola? Like was Salvan Ahmed expected to get a check at the end or cash or something? What was-
Well, he's supposed to, Batman had the whole story. I don't remember it clearly, but just know that he got half. He got half, and he was supposed to get the other half at the event.
Oh,
And
damn.
put it this way: if the check was an object, it'll be a basketball.
Hmm.
It's still bouncing today till this day.
Wild.
I think Salman Ahmed blamed everybody that was there that day for his job.
Well, that sucks because Salvan
He
Ahmed
lost his
trying to
job
make a
because
buck
of Batman.
and the fans do him dirty like that. I just want to point out that was not a TFTG posting thing. And if it was, he would have got all of his money. So that's
All right,
crazy.
Let me see. Present. Share screen. All right.
Yeah.
So
He
there
had
we
shake
go.
money in them washing dishes.
Oh,
So,
damn.
So that's that's Andrevius on the bottom.
Yep.
Above him, that's Dade. That's Cat for
Yep.
Life. Of course, that's me, Solo D, and that's Batman.
Damn.
Solo D. That's right. Forgot us. I left him out. Cap for Life and Solo D. That's the posse that took Salman Ahmed to the cleaners.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I like Batman's got his whole banner to the left too to try to act like it wasn't him that screwed him out of the money. Batman's got a whole setup. He's got the friggin' table with the cloth and everything, and he tries to say, "Yeah, I had nothing to do with this. I'm the guy kind of running the show.
It took him.
I'm not the money guy."
That's the posse there, Cap.
Hey, you want to know what really
took him
happened
to
to
the
Salman
cleaners.
Ahmed? Salman Ahmed got the South Florida treatment. Is what happened. That's what happened. Everybody, he got the South Florida treatment. He came on vacation and left on probation. Is what happened.
You know what, Shake? You should do. You should make a T-shirt out of that picture and put Ahmed's Cleaners on the title.
Mm-hmm.
Ahmed's Cleaners. That'd be a good one. It might go viral.
Damn, that's messed up. Not Ahmed's Cleaners. That sounds a little racy for being real. Who's Ahmed? A football player. Oh, okay, all right. It does sound like Ahmed should own a cleaning business. If we're being real. Real quick, speaking of cleaning businesses, Tua Tagovailoa cleaning out the gym and
cleaning out his locker. I hope.
Yeah, he's.
We have a tour, baby.
Here he is. Got his.
I think that photo was doctored.
Got his hair did, and he's doing one of these squat machines that are like the new ones. They're actually like a.
Von Joe said it was assisted.
Yeah, it is. So if you look, closely, I don't know if I can zoom in on this. See if it will. Right here. Can you see my cursor? I don't know. There's a. There's the pressure setting, so it's like a knob, and you can turn it up, and it's like an air compressed type of thing. It's meant to be a hell of a lot safer for the knees and everything like that, so it's not like dead weight up on there. So it makes sense. You're getting back in the swing of things. You don't want to get crazy. Damn, it's called a hack squat, B. McD says. Damn. Yeah, if you say, hey, I squat 300 pounds and you're doing it on that machine, it doesn't really count, right? Like, I go to Planet Fitness for the same reason everybody does. It's cheap, right? I bench on the Smith machine. I don't count my Smith machine benching on what I can actually bench. It's just not right to do because I can throw up.
You got to be free weights, yeah.
Without boasting a little bit, I could throw up 250 2 times, 3 times on the Smith machine. Now
you can do more on Smith than you can free weight.
On a free weight, I wouldn't try 250. I don't want to hurt myself.
Right.
How close I get to that, I don't know. It's been a while since I've done some free weight bench, but I could definitely throw up 250 on the Smith machine a couple times. But, yeah.
And same with squats.
Yes. Well, I've got a bad hip and bad knees and fucking all my lower body. I've been working slowly. I'm way weak on my lower body. So
yeah,
I'm working on it. But I broke my leg. I've had bad knees for a while from, work and shit. So it is what it is. But another interesting thing surfaced today that was a big talking about point, and at least in the Miami Dolphins community, is ex-Miami Dolphin that was a big free agent ad for the Raiders, Christian Wilkins. And, there's a lot of this.
Made the news today? Christian made the news?
Well, there was a lot talked about Christian Wilkins here, and this guy, John Friskelly, or whatever the fuck his name is, NFL writer and insider, he says there are serious concerns in the Las Vegas Raiders building about ongoing foot injury to superstar defensive tackle Christian Wilkins, per insider Tony Pauline. This may impact their draft decisions with the 6th overall pick. Now, since this has come down, or come out, I should say, they said that he was at OTAs and fully participated in OTAs. But if we're being real, the first day of OTAs is a lot like Tua Tagovailoa on the the hack squat machine, right? Like, what is it? What's that really mean? You showed up to work. That's kind of what it means.
And made sure you took a picture.
And made sure you took a picture so people could see you were there. So there is a little bit of potentialities that maybe they are concerned about. I don't know. The speculation that if they would go defensive tackle in the front, which would be crazy to think, they have Christian Wilkins, Max Crosby, and then with the 6th pick, they take Mason Graham. Like, that would be wild. What a D line that would be, right? Holy cow.
Don't they play a 4-3? So you can play with 2 DTs.
I mean, yes. Plus Max Crosby's a edge rusher anyhow. So you got like Max Crosby, Mason Graham, and Christian Wilkins, and insert 4th guy on the line. Holy shit. What a D line.
Yeah.
What's up, Nami? Hit the like button. So again, put what you want. I don't put very much stock into him being injured on a foot injury from last year that kept him out all last year in surgery. Yeah, there might be a little slow getting back, but I don't know if that means they're going to take Mason Graham. If they did, damn. Now, there's been a little bit of speculation that Mason Graham might be the guy to slide. That, I'll tell you what, if he's there with the Dolphins, that's an easy pick for me. I don't think
no such sex
there.
in the champagne room.
That's not what Shannon Sharp said. So I don't know what you're talking about. That's not what Shannon Sharp said.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp
Yeah.
said they is
He even
sex
said
in
it
the
was.
champagne room.
And he
you're
said
gonna
it was a
fucking
10-minute
take
That's the
video.
real. Hey, that's the real reason Will Smith.
Hey,
slapped
he
Chris
said it's a
Rock.
10-minute video. He said it was a 10-minute video too, Cap. So there you go.
Well, what he should have said, it's a 30-minute video cut down into 10 minutes, make himself sound cooler. But,
Yeah. He said show the whole 10 minutes. I'm like, man, he want everybody to see all the action.
Hell yeah. Hey, listen,
What the hell?
Yeah, he said show
Actually,
everybody.
if you want to be real about it, you'd be like, damn, you're a world class athlete and only lasted 10 minutes. Holy shit!
I mean, listen.
Yeah,
Then he
right.
could say, you know what? He could say, it only took me 10 minutes to get the job done. You're like, oh, tough guy over here. Okay. Come on now, Skip.
Need 10 minutes. Just give
Skip.
me 10 minutes.
What's up, Armando? Salute, buddy. Hit the like button. So yeah, Shannon Sharp. Yeah, getting a little off topic, but yeah, Shannon Sharp saying I want everybody to see the porno tape of me.
I know he want
not-
everybody to see it. I
Not
thought that was
choking out
wild.
this girl in any way other than the way she wanted to be choked out, baby. You know. And I
Right.
seen the picture of her and him, and I see how he fell for it.
Hmm.
Homegirl's got a fat ass on her, dude. Like, damn.
Yeah, she's a glamour girl. Put it like that.
Well,
She's a
she's an
glamour girl.
OnlyFan model, so I'm not into
Yeah,
that.
she's a
All these OnlyFan models, God, you know it's gonna be funny. In like 12 years, maybe not even that long, they're gonna have OnlyFan model Real Housewives, and you're gonna
Yeah,
see
yeah,
all
yeah.
these guys that had these millionaire wives that have been banging dudes on the internet for years. And they're
Yeah.
just like, they're defeated pretty boy models gonna say how cool they are with their old lady doing that. What a weird world we're living in.
All I know is, look, Tyreek
Yeah.
Hill had it right. He likes those thick girl IG models because after I'm done, we finna go to Golden Corral. We finna go to
Golden
IHOP. We
Corral.
finna go get something to eat. And now, I'll get my money's worth from her.
I like
Mm.
that. I
Damn,
like it.
Golden Corral, huh?
Hell yeah, Golden Corral or some kind of little buffet. You know what I'm saying? Get our money's worth.
Outback Steakhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they got a special where you could take like $10. You could take your shit home too. Give you a plate to take home.
At Outback.
Hell yeah. I got it Sunday. I got a steak and mac and cheese for like $11 to take home.
Take home, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. No more all you can eat.
Mm.
Damn. Tyreek, I'm telling you. I think Tyreek is now that Shannon Sharp did that though, Cap. I think Tyreek is going to have to one up him because his pride's going to get to him and say, "Well, if he's got a 10-minute video, I can give you a 30-minute video."
Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking at Tyreek Hill, is that really the competition he wants to get in? Right? Like, I guess Tyreek Hill.
You know how
did
these
say-
athletes are.
he
they
did say-
they compete at anything at any time.
He did say that he would love to be a porno star.
He did say that. He actually did say he
that.
would be a
I
porn
remember
star.
him saying that. He said he would love to
Yep.
be a porno star.
Yeah.
So
That
there
was
you
right
go.
around the time, if you look at the timeline, that was right after the OnlyFan thick chick model. That was right after when he said that on his podcast. So
And listen, I got it perfect. And then Tua will be a porn star too. And I got the perfect name for all the Tua suck shows. You know how we had Tank for Tua, Tug for Tua,
Tuck?
Tug for Tua.
Oh, Tug. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh.
That's for
I
the-
thought you said
the
Tuck for
Tua.
two. I was like, damn, what
Tug.
kind of porn's he
Tug
doing?
for-
What
Those
kind
are
of porn
for
is
his
he
fans.
doing,
They Tug
Shake?
for
I
Tua.
know.
It's Tuck for Tua? Uh-oh.
Tug for Tua.
Uh-oh,
That's
that's
what?
not good. That's not good.
Damn.
Damn, Shake.
But your actual porn name is your middle name in the street you grew up on. That's how your porn name gets created.
No, that ain't how it goes.
Yep. It's the street you grew up on and your middle name.
Well,
Is
I
that
don't
how
have
That's
middle
what
is
the
name.
that how
internet
yours
says.
was created? Shake?
I grew up on 195th Street. So
Shake, is that how yours was created?
Shake would be 195th and what?
Oh no, I meant
And
no.
what?
Sorry, I meant crypto. Crypto. Is that how yours was, man?
Yeah, crypto. Is that how you got that?
No, I got no. Mine's will be Dwayne. Either that in combination with Dwayne Division or my pet name. It can be used interchangeably.
you have a pet name? Holy shit!
What pet name is that? You care to elaborate on that a little bit? Pet name.
No, my pet's name.
Oh, your
My
pet.
pet's
Oh, your
name.
pet. No, you said my pet name, which is
Yeah, I mean pets plural. My pet's name. Pet's
okay.
name.
All right. Okay.
And the street I
Alright.
grew up on.
Okay.
and who gave you this pet name?
No.
How many pet names you got? That's the real question. It sounds like there's more than one.
Just
here.
one. Just
Okay.
one. That was a bad cat too.
Oh,
It was
yeah?
like a bobcat. Yeah, that thing.
I had a.
He was
I had a
bad.
cat named Stimpy. So would my porn name would be Royal Stimpy? I don't think that's pretty good.
There you go.
I'm
Mine will be Dwayne Snow.
like
That would be
the
my
only one.
porn
Like,
name.
there's like two.
My cat
people that
name was
get it.
Snow.
Yeah,
My
I know.
cat name was Snow. My middle name's Dwayne, so it'll be Dwayne Snow.
Dwayne Snow does sound like a porn name.
Yeah, you make it snow on those bitches.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh damn, Shake.
gross.
So that one would actually work. Dwayne Snow. There you go.
No, Michael K. Stimpy, like Ren and Stimpy show. It was Stimpy, the cat in the Ren and Stimpy show is named Stimpy, so I named a cat Stimpy, and he did not resemble that cat at all.
No,
was a
he was
black-
not friendly at
He
all.
was not nice at all. He was meaner than fuck.
Oh my god.
He would leave. He was white and gray, and he was fucking yoked. He was real big. He was mean and strong, and he was never around. The only time he came home and was around was when he had some knocked up bitch. Like straight up, he would come home. There'd be a knocked up cat. We'd breed these cats. I'd have to take the cats to fucking
Dude, he'd be
Humane
going around
Society.
just beating up other cats.
That's right. He would go around. He would come home. There'd be blood all over his paws, and he was a mean little fucker. Not nice at all. You go
Damn.
to pet him. You pet him once. You pet him twice, and then he hurts you. Then he would hurt you. Remember? Remember, Tom? He would fucking grab you and bite you right
Yeah,
here.
dude,
Shake-
I never.
Shake's
I
cats
never
are like
touched him
that.
After that, the only
No, my
two
cats are
times I
nice.
ever actually saw the cat was one time he was under Cap's bed. This was when This was before I think Emily was just born. Because
Yeah.
you were in that room and like you had like a stick or something and you were trying to get Stimpy out of underneath your bed and the cat was just hissing and shit. You're like, Stimpy, yeah.
Oh, your cat on their best behavior, Shake?
Yeah, my cat don't. She's fine. As long as I feed them, they're fine.
Oh, as long as you
Yeah.
feed them.
The
That's
only thing
it.
I have to do is
I mean, that's,
throwing
you know,
shit off
pretty
the-
reasonable.
Throwing shit off the counter. Other than that, they'll be all right. That's the only issue I have with it.
I guess if I took my cat's name or my dog's name now in the street I live on now, it would be like Maximus Rock. That's a good porn name.
Yeah.
Maximus Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
okay, you know what's
crazy
funny
is
is mine.
my
you
street
look
name
like
is
this one, Cap,
Division. That's
I
the
would
thing.
say Archer. I would say my cat Archer.
Uh-huh.
In the street I live on, it'll be Archer Adams.
Archer Adams. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
definitely porn.
That's a fucking
Adams.
good porn name
Archer
right there,
Adams.
buddy. Archer
Yeah, that's
Adams. That's,
definitely-
a good porn name.
That's
That guy's
definitely
fucking-
one.
He's shooting from across the room.
Oh man.
Archer Adams. Yeah, that's definitely classic right there. Damn.
Makes him hold an apple in him. You know what? Let's get off this topic. God damn. Fucking us
He's
up, boy.
billionaire turned porn.
Well, I
star.
was the thing
Yeah,
is I was
pretty
born on Division Street. It would be Division Snow.
Yeah, I'll pour me a glass of wine.
Yeah, it might be a time. I don't think I have any more alcohol. I think I drank it all. I might have to get some for this weekend.
Oh, we go. We got now that we got our porn names established. So when you see videos with these mysterious names, we know who's behind them.
Thank goodness.
They're like, oh, I know who that is.
Well, what shocks do you guys think we might see in the first round of the draft before we wrap this up?
Running back.
You mean Genty?
Joe's like, what a weird time to join.
Yeah, you kind of look. There's Craig Cox's son. Damn, Craig, don't talk about your father like that.
Damn, is that his name? God damn.
Cap for Life says Buckshot Johnson.
Buckshot Johnson. Jesus. Damn.
I'm just wondering, before we wrap this up, any strange things we might see tomorrow this time as far as the draft? Like, what do you think, Jake? Could be something that
right around this time too. It'll be about this time everybody's melting down.
Yeah,
this will be about 24 hours from now. People will be melted down.
This time tomorrow, we're in it.
We're in it. We're in the mix of it. Yeah.
We're in a mix. Shit's already happened at this point.
Yeah.
Trades, picks, no one's coming. Like you could go down the gambit of like good picks, but then all of a sudden,
down on Twitter,
like Nick Eamon-Wari goes in the 8th pick. They'd be like, oh my God, like he's really good safety, but over Malachi Starks, debatable. Like people get, but then to be taken so high up in the draft, like some weird shit could happen. What's something you think that could happen?
Yeah,
Jake? Go ahead.
Jets get them.
Yeah, no doubt.
No.
I say running back high. Genty going to New England.
See, I'm right there with you, Crypto. I think Genty goes to the Jags. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars
I think he's getting in the middle
don't
of the pack.
need a running back, but have a new head coach over there that needs to get the quarterback right. And if you get a fucking playmaking badass like Genty, you're gonna be able to stabilize whatever it is you're trying to do offensively and get whatever you need to get done in a year one. Like right off rip, he's got to hit the ground running. And what better way to hit the
Brian
ground
Thomas
than a
too.
guy like Genty?
Exactly.
Genty, Brian Thomas, ETN, they got weapons now. Now you got something you can kind of work with in a division that is,
Exactly. It's going to be competitive. It's not like nobody's clearly running away with it, They beat up on each other, Even
Pretty
Houston, they beat up on each other.
Yeah, pretty much. I could see that happening. I could also see, surprisingly, that
Texas. What about Tennessee trade down to the number 1 pick? Think that'll happen?
I think I predicted in March that Tennessee takes Abdul Carter and not Cam Ward. In which case,
trickles it down.
In which
falls
case,
to 3
Crypto, the whole collective NFL draft loses their fucking minds because the Browns,
a lot of pressure on them,
or they could do something stupid. I think the Browns want, what's his name, Hunter.
Yeah,
I think they want him, but I could see the entire fucking thing just spun in a tailspin. Because Abdul Carter goes number 1 and Cam Ward's on the board. And now everybody and their mother's calling up, in which case everyone would say
draft.
The Giants would offer the Browns a lot to get Cam Ward to move up 1 pick, in which case that would be the smart move by the Browns if they go, hey, I want to get Hunter, but I also want to get some extras. I'm going to fleece the Giants for whatever I can get. but also that leaves a real opportunity for every team that needs a quarterback to say, fuck it, I could come up and get it. To me, that was the scenario in which I said, to me, if I was the Dolphins, I would trade Tua and trade this year's first and next year's first and go get the number 2 pick and take Cam Ward, in which case I'm happy with everything. But
Right.
people hate that take.
Because all you need is one. I would be on board with something like
I'm
that.
about it. I'm about that shit, crypto.
Because
it ain't gonna
you
happen.
get 1 year, year 1 and 2 with Ward to fill out the roster. You're going to get 2 years to fill out the roster with a new quarterback.
Well,
So he's got grace.
You're already in an ipso facto.
But you know what's crazy? On the so the pick, I'm looking at it now, so just to verify. So on the pick where you had Deshaun Watson and you had Patrick Mahomes that went later in the rounds, Cleveland had the number 1 overall pick and decided to go with Myles Garrett.
And here,
they did. And Deshaun Watson and what's his name was in that draft.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes was in that draft, and they decided to go with Myles Garrett. And Tennessee might do the same thing instead of passing the quarterback and get the defensive end.
I would say yes. In retrospect, Patrick Mahomes would be better, but is Patrick Mahomes the Patrick Mahomes he is with Andy Reid and the Chiefs in Cleveland? Doubtful, right?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Taking Myles Garrett, an organization who has had zero stability, probably was the right pick in retrospect still, because he's at least been stably there for them producing for a terrible football team.
He's probably not as fully developed, but Mahomes would have probably eventually got there. It probably would have took him longer.
I don't know.
Mahomes
could be losing his fucking mind.
I would say that it is really interesting that Cleveland Browns have had a top defense for several years over the past. You know what I mean? It seems like their defense was always like built, but they never got it past it when on the offensive side of the ball. So it is, maybe they're still following that motto. Let's just build the defense and let the offense take care of itself one day.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
yeah, for them to pick a defensive player now.
Yeah, and what's crazy is then the next year
is messed up.
And what's crazy the following year, that's when they got their quarterback Baker Mayfield at number 1.
Yeah,
they did have back-to-back
and then
number
they
1
fucked
picks.
it up.
They messed it up until Baker won some games later. Then he eventually won them a playoff game. Then they got off of him for Deshaun Watson, which is ironic.
They could have had him
Watson
at that draft too.
They could have had him in that same draft, right? They could have just picked him, instead of paying him all the money years later. They would already had him to try to build out the team earlier. They went through 2 boom and bust cycles. Now they at the top of the draft again. That's why I say all these teams at the top of the draft, they can't be winning playoff games before we win our first one. That's a testament of we're doing something wrong. We can't let New England win a playoff game. Who's else at the top? The Giants, the Jaguars. Well, the Jaguars already won, so.
Listen, every team in the NFL except for the Dolphins have probably won a playoff game in the 2000s. Let's be real.
Yeah, pretty much. Most of them all. Most of all of them did. Detroit's drought is over. The Raiders' drought is over. Who else?
Won a game. The last game they won is
hell, even the Jets. Yeah, well, even the Jets.
Yeah.
Drought is more recent.
Playoff win, yeah. So.
Yeah. That would be. Well, we can't even say the Patriots, even though they went back to the bottom, sort of. Theirs is even more recent.
Browns have a playoff win this century.
They do. They beat the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Hey. If they go back from rock bottom again, which they are, and yet win another one before we win again to break our streak, then somebody's got to get canned. Because all these other teams is going back to rock bottom and then going back to surpassing us yet again.
Yeah, you said that about the Patriots or recently.
Yeah,
That when we were
right.
just talking about playoff wins. Sorry, I was away from my phone. I heard y'all talking from a distance, but yeah,
Yeah,
Dolphins need
yeah,
to
I did.
shapen up, man. Dolphins need to shapen up.
We
That's
can't let the
why.
Patriots or
That's
Jets
why
slap
my
us
A
again.
plus. Like, I don't mean to brag again, but that's why I went A plus because we need those positions.
Right.
Fuck, bro.
Because we
We
can't
need
say what
everything.
the Patriots. We can't say that
Oh yeah.
that is Belichick or Brady. They have a totally new regime,
Yeah, completely, pretty
brand
much.
new. We can't use the excuse of Tom Brady and Belichick no more. If they win a playoff game before we will,
Yeah,
that I don't care how much you love
that's a
Chris
really
Greer and
good
all the
measuring
other ones,
stick too.
you can't do it. You
It's a
can't.
good
We
measuring
cannot allow
stick.
that to happen. Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
we ain't.
I think the Jets have pretty much turned their team over, pretty much 100%. They got new personnel and new front office, pretty much. They turned over. The Bills is pretty much similar when they first started their, the McDermott era. So we can't really count the Bills because they actually did win a playoff game before. But yeah, the Jets and the freaking Patriots. That is our test. Do
Yeah,
not be overlapped by
testing
them.
ourselves down with the Jets and the Patriots, and it's sad because I really feel like we're gonna watch the Patriots and Jets in a 2 to 3 year sample size overtake us if we don't figure out a quarterback.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely.
It's gonna suck to see. Oh yeah, the Dolphins had these weird, obscure high moments with Tannehill, with Pennington, with Tua, but all amounting to a burning hot flame that fizzled out very quickly.
Right. Yeah.
It's no different with the greatest show on surf that is super reminiscent to Jakeem Grant and Wilson high-fiving each other, outrunning everybody on the defense for a touchdown in that game 5 years ago or whatever it was. It was more than that. It was like 8
That
years
was the year of the miracle, Miami Miracle.
That's right. So,
2017.
to me, that's why defensive
2018,
tackles
my bad.
always where I'm gonna go. If I with the Dolphins looking into players like Nicky Manwari and Kenneth Grant's obviously on their list, who's I'm high on because I think he's gonna be good. I think that it's a real possibility that maybe a team comes up to trade with the Dolphins at 13 to grab Shador Sanders, or maybe even Jackson Dart. If Shador Sanders is off the board, right, and Jackson Dart's the only other quarterback that could potentially be taken left to the Steelers, and some teams like, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to move up. I'm going to get in front of them. I'm going to take – I think it's a little – how far that would bring the Dolphins down, I don't know. Could a team in the second round move back up in the first and then move back up further in the first to climb the draft board to trade
What
with
do you
the
think
Dolphins?
about what the Big O said?
What the Big O say? I didn't hear him.
He said he would take Jackson Dart at 13 just so he could trade him because everybody wants him.
Big O is fucking crazy. Anyhow, he's fucking nuts. Dude.
He's going to shake him just
he's
to
in the
trade him.
listener section. He's in the listener section of spaces that we're all in, just shit talking, and then he goes on his show and argues with us. Is what he's doing. That's his show now.
Yeah.
It's
Actually, he's the one that shows up as anonymous when in the spaces, bro.
That's what I said. He shows up in the listener section in the anonymous where you don't get to see them. Well, I didn't say anonymous, but yeah, that's what I meant.
Right.
So
yeah, that was a hot take, man. Now, if something happens close to that tomorrow, then boy, this is crazy.
Here's the interesting thing.
He's an avid fan of Pete's takes.
Oh,
absolutely.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? And Ali, let me know what you think about this. if the Dolphins are on the clock and no tight end has been taken yet, to me, with the 14th pick, the whatchamacallit, the Colts are definitely going to go with they're definitely going to go tight end, whichever one you think, whatever, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Or say, what's his name? Loveland is the guy that's left. Say the other tight end got taken, but Loveland's left. I think that's the one that I think Loveland's the guy who the Colts are looking to get. Either way, say they're both there. One of them's there. Doesn't matter. That might put the Dolphins in position for, I don't know, maybe the Broncos or another one of these teams that want to jump the Colts to take their pick, and we can slide down into the 20s and get some, draft capital.
Yeah.
Maybe a third rounder this year and a third rounder next year, and slide back a couple picks. And then guess what? Now we take Malachi Starks or Eamon Worry or somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I would really like a savvy move like that.
Get Dylan Gabriel in a second. All right, you're gonna double down on Tua's talent.
When you were talking Colts initially, when you started the question, I got worried for a moment because I really don't. In all honesty, I think the Colts are going to take a linebacker. I think they go defense and go linebacker personally. I don't think they go. I don't think they go tight end. If they don't go defense, a linebacker, they're going offensive tackle. That's what I think.
I gotta be honest, Ali. I hear they're in love with Loveland.
Yeah, but they need a lot, and I don't think a tight end is really that should be your first pick.
I agree with you.
But I'm glad you brought up the Broncos because the Broncos need a weapon if their life depends on it right now.
Wait a minute, who? They got Mims.
They have Mims, but they traded everyone else away. Let's not forget that. That's their biggest thing. They are looking for a weapon. They're looking for a Territola McMillan. They're looking for a Luther Burden or some of these other receivers, maybe a Matthew Golden possibly, or somebody like that. So
they gave up on Sutton.
If they do, really want that weapon, and let's say Territola McMillan is within striking distance, yeah, I could see them doing that. For one of the tight ends, it's possible. I don't know how much I would give up to go get a tight end, but it's definitely possible. But I do think the Broncos are going to try to grab a weapon in this draft. That's what I think what they're doing.
Well, that's
so they're giving up on Sutton.
I'm just thinking who's going to want to overjump who to get to trade back with the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
personally, I think the biggest trade partner we're going to have right now, if they really want a quarterback, is the Steelers. That's what I think.
Well, yeah, I think the obvious answer that nobody's going to trade up that's not trading up for a quarterback, right? But there might be some things. I don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be good though.
Jesus, I'm just doom scrolling right now.
What time are you going live tomorrow, Ali?
We're going live an hour before the draft.
Yeah, and it's technically El Cap's show, so I went live today. Not live today. We had a show today that aired with Shake and Mike on the mic. And I know this is an adult show now, so I can say this. Mike on the mic showed his wiener at the end of the show.
What again?
Yeah. Check it out.
What?
He has tiny wieners.
There we go. Full
really
view.
Tiny.
Probably something he cooked.
He had the frontal, side, and back view.
Yeah.
Gross.
Listen. I look. When I first saw it, I would have never thought that Mike on the mic would have a black wiener, but
Yeah. I'm
I'm
glad you said it, Shake. I was thinking the same thing.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh man.
I
Damn.
don't even need to find out.
Damn.
Just watch the show. It was wild. It was wild. Plus, Shake told me how he really thinks about Texas A&M too. So
Texas A&M.
There you
yeah,
go.
Shake told everybody what he really thinks. So,
oh yeah, Texas asked him out.
Damn.
oh
The
man,
Tejas asked the mouth gang. All right, okay.
you gotta
Well,
watch.
what about
it was
Florida
kinda spicy.
A&M?
It was spicy.
Well, we know what that means.
Florida A&M, huh?
Gross.
Well, I will say that the Gators are going to have a drought tomorrow. They're probably not going to have anybody getting drafted.
Listen,
Oh,
outside
they'll
of
get- they'll get-
who's the quarterback? Outside the quarterback, the rest of the
Nah,
campers will be
they'll get-
UDFA.
They'll get that corner selected later on, and you know
What about
they'll
the
be
big 400-pounder? What about him?
yeah,
He
that guy. Somebody's gonna take a
Oh, the
flyer on
sumo
the big
wrestler,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
somebody's
sumo
gonna take
wrestler.
somebody's gonna take a flyer on him as well later in the round.
There
So,
you go.
I mean, listen, big boy like that plays in Florida. It's hot. At least we know he can stand it. You know.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that's going to be
There
the
you
end of
go.
the show. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. We'll be here tomorrow night going live through the draft. I'll,
Yeah.
maybe at some point after the Dolphins make their pick, depending on how late it is, we'll drop the link. Definitely on Friday during rounds 2 and 3, we'll drop the link and bring some people up and see what you guys think
Listen.
and stuff like that. And Saturday we'll be doing the
Yeah.
draft all day. It'll be all the guys popping in and out. So make sure you guys are coming by. Hit the like button, and we'll see you guys next time.
I'll say this, Cap. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say a name because everybody know that they always, they always like to look up who's about who they don't know the name of the person that we're about to draft, and they'll claim that they knew this guy and they was picking.
Oh yeah,
him.
that was their
So,
dark horse pick all
That was
along.
their dark horse pick. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna
like
say
what we did with Chop Robinson.
what they
Yeah,
did with
pretty
Chop
much.
Robinson in the alignment. So I'm gonna just throw our name out there, and then we're gonna ponder on the name. His name is Imudoke Okuma.
Is that the guy from UCLA?
No, he comes from Jersey State.
Jersey State.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right.
I'm just throwing out a random name just
Actually,
in case,
I'll throw out a random
we do
name
draft
too.
him.
I'll throw out a random name too. Darius Alexander.
There you go.
All right.
I'm just trying to get out ahead of it,
You
I'm
heard
gonna
it.
throw out.
so we kick some random stranger.
There we go.
I'm gonna throw out a random name, Jonathan Stamos.
There you go. Jonathan Stamos.
All right. We'll see y'all next time. Make sure to come back for the draft.
There you go.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins Tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins Tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL. wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.